Ah, Gary. Very often, the first person to arrive for a meeting takes one of the choice seats at the back of the room, near the door. That way, they can sneak out unnoticed once the meeting has begun. I'm just saying. You know. Well, anyway, it appears that everyone else has arrived, so I suppose we should get started. We have a very busy schedule this morning, with many presentations to get through. Now, this time, I have the schedule, so there will be no ambiguity regarding which presenter goes first. Before we begin with the presentations, I have scheduled 5 minutes of open discussion for Varia, which is intended for you all to bring up any critical issues that need addressing. If history is any guide, however, our 5-minute Varia session will turn into a 45-minute bitch fight. Ramu will start us off with the presentation of his latest statistical design of experiments project. His PowerPoint presentation will be comprised of obscenely large Excel spreadsheets in an impossible-to-read font size. But that's okay. We aren't really meant to read any of the data on his slides. Rather, we are to marvel at the enormity of his data and to be blown away by the amount of work he has done. Hurrah!
Fuck you, Bob.
Next, Steve will present some analytical data on that dibromo impurity in the GK2 project, and we'll all pretend to be very interested. Oh, how fascinating! The dibromo impurity is only 0.045% and not 0.047%. Holy shit! What a breakthrough! Fortunately, we all have smartphones, and so we can occupy the time playing games, checking our stock portfolios, or texting one another about how bored we are. Mike will entertain us with highlights from the scientific update meeting he recently attended in New Orleans. Of course, he really only went to that meeting because it coincided with Mardi Gras, and he probably didn't even attend most of the talks that he will present here today. Nevertheless, he feels compelled to torment us all with the horrendously boring details of the meeting, thus justifying the expense of his trip. Next, Timo will impress us with his extraordinary breakthrough in finally getting phosgene out of the PK1 process. Yes. Unfortunately, the PK1 project was cancelled last month, and as a result, all of Timo's results are useless. Why he is still working on a dead project is beyond me. And finally, Gary will dazzle us with a presentation of his work on the cell cycle inhibitor project. He has been allocated 10 minutes for his presentation, and he has 65 mind-numbing slides to get through. Now, what does that mean? Well, among other things, it means you can all forget about getting out of here on time for lunch.
You're going to be blown away.
We are pissing ourselves in anticipation, Gary. Well, that pretty much summarizes our meeting for this morning. You may as well get comfortable now, colleagues, because lunchtime is a long, long way away.